I'm Lucas Greenwood, and in this series I'll be meeting some of the world's strangest and most fascinating people. In tonight's edition, I'll be travelling to a small village just outside of Leeds to meet William Sack, a young man with a very touching story. This is the touching story of William Sack. Although William has no visible signs of anything but a normal life, a rare and confusing mental disorder has left him unable to walk or run. Instead, William is compelled to forward roll. He forward rolls everywhere. The trip to school, the visit to the toilet, he even has to exercise and forward rolls. Watch as I visit William along with his family, friends and even some enemies. So I've just arrived in Leeds today. I spoke to Will on the phone earlier on and he told me that he's got a therapist appointment today where they're going to try some hypnotherapy. So he's invited me along and I'm just going to pop in there now, see what's going on.
Okay, Will, why don't you tell me about your childhood?
William has tried everything to help with his condition, so I went with him to try out his final option, hypnotherapy.
That's what kids wanted to do. For a while,
although it's a very experimental type of therapy, it has in the past had significant results when used to cure certain psychological problems and disabilities.
A lot of friends then when you were a child?
I had, yeah, I did. I suppose more than I do now, I guess. Right, so the producers gave me this camera to make a sort of a diary of how things are going, and I've got to admit I've not been sticking to it too strictly, but I'll try to get a bit better. So today was a pretty tough day. Had a lot of taunts. Some bloke actually came up and just kicked me.
Okay, so I've just been in there for the hypnotherapy session. To be honest, I wasn't sure what to think about it. It was my first time I've ever seen one. And Will, from the looks on his face afterwards, didn't seem that convinced either. He rolled out of there afterwards as well, so only time will tell whether or not it's worked. But listening to his story and when he was talking to the therapist was really touching. He's gone through a lot of stuff in his life. But I've got to run off now because I've got to go and meet some of Will's friends, hear their side of the story. So how did you guys meet Will then?
Just out.
Yeah, well, it was out at first and then we found he was going to the same school.
Yeah, nice one.
We definitely noticed him when he got to the school.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I imagine, yeah.
He's doing forward rolls, but
yeah.
Just at first, I just thought he was having a bit of a crease, but
yeah.
When I had a chat, I was like, right mate, what are you doing now? Turns out you can't help it. So I felt a bit bad, but he's a sound chap, I like him.
Despite everything that he's been through, the bullying and the mobility problems, William still keeps a positive attitude and doesn't appear to be held back in life. He still lives the normal life of a teenager. He drinks, he socialises and he gets on with his life. During my visit here, I was touched by his family, his friends and especially William's positive outlook on his life and future.